Step into an extraordinary adventure. Our journey today takes us into the mystical fifth dimension, a place beyond this world where enlightenment alters your view of everything. But this other, unknown dimension, what is it precisely? Envision a reality where your awareness grows to include the cosmos and all life within it, transcending the limitations of our material reality. We explore the indicators that you may be residing in the fifth dimension rather than merely existing in this video. Will you now find out whether you have already arrived? Follow us as we reveal the underlying changes in consciousness that herald a transcendental realm of being. The spiritual journey of understanding dimensions. Dimensions in the spiritual sense are not about numbers or science. They are about states of consciousness and awareness. Let's simplify this idea. When we hear the word dimension, we might think of science fiction movies and complicated mathematical ideas. One way to look at dimensions is as different levels of consciousness that operate at different frequencies. The third dimension, which is bounded by space and time, is the physical world that we encounter on a daily basis. Here, our attention tends to be on material possessions and desires from the outside. As we enter the fourth dimension, a shift occurs. This dimension is less concerned with material reality and more with time. It stands for the domain of feelings, ideas, and dreams. In this dimension, past, future, and present start to blend together, and it connects the dense material world to the higher spiritual realms. In the fifth dimension, which is beyond space and time, the spiritual journey reaches its pinnacle. Here, the laws of physical reality do not limit consciousness. Instead, you exist in a state of unconditional love, joy, and peace. The emphasis is on the soul and spiritual development rather than material gain, and you feel an eternal connection with the universe and the realization that all things are interrelated through love. Once we have a grasp of these dimensions, we can better assess where we may be in our spiritual journey. It's not just about letting go of the material and temporal, but about embracing a deeper, more interconnected spiritual existence. Subtle indications that we are ascending into higher levels of consciousness become apparent as we progress spiritually. Heightened consciousness. If you're feeling more aware than usual, it could be an indication that you're approaching the fifth dimension. But what does that mean? It's more than just being more vigilant. It's about having a far more meaningful and in-depth experience of the world around you. As we move into the fifth dimension, our awareness expands tremendously. Suddenly, you may start to notice details and patterns in life that were previously invisible. You may also feel an increased sensitivity to other people's emotions, experiencing their feelings nearly as intensely as your own. In the third dimension, our awareness is typically limited to what directly affects us, our personal needs, desires, and our immediate surroundings. Along with this heightened awareness comes a stronger bond with nature. Everything from trees and animals to the weather can appear to be subtly communicating with you, offering insights and messages. It's as if all the senses, not only the physical ones, but also the emotional and spiritual ones, are amplified. Mindfulness and meditation can help you cultivate a peaceful inner landscape that reflects the outer world you now perceive more intensely, as you become more aware of the impact of your thoughts on your well-being and the world around you. An additional aspect of this expanded awareness is an increased sensitivity to your own thoughts and feelings. Living in the fifth dimension with heightened awareness is, in the end, like waking up to a world where everything has greater depth and meaning. It's a reality that is dynamic, fluid, and interrelated, and it entails keeping your eyes open to the deeper realities of the universe. You have achieved profound inner peace. Living in the fifth dimension is also characterized by a profound and enduring tranquility that endures through the highs and lows of everyday life, as opposed to the transient calm that one could feel after engaging in a relaxing activity or taking a minute of silence. In lower dimensions, peace is often associated with external factors, such as favorable circumstances or the lack of conflict, making it feel ephemeral. In the fifth dimension, however, peace is internal and not dependent on external factors. It is like a calm ocean beneath the surface waves, ever present regardless of the tempests that may arise. You may find that things that used to agitate you no longer do. You can watch disagreements and difficulties with an impartiality that keeps you composed. This is not to say that you are uncaring. Rather, you are completely involved, but with a sense of equilibrium and serenity. You may notice that you're smiling more frequently, not because anything amazing has happened, but just because it's your natural state of being. You may also notice that the stresses of life, which used to seem insurmountable, are now more manageable thanks to the deep, unshakable peace that you've experienced. When you are at ease on this level, it's an indication that you are not merely existing. You are thriving in a state of perfect harmony and elegance. Your consciousness is connecting with the higher frequencies of the fifth dimension. A sense of oneness with all things. One of the most defining characteristics of entering the fifth dimension is a profound sense of oneness with the universe. This is more than a theoretical concept. It is an actual, tangible experience in which you feel an inextricable bond with every living thing and the universe at large. There is a clear demarcation between self and other in more conventional states of awareness, but in the fifth dimension, these divisions start to blur, and you begin to see all things and people as interdependent parts of a greater whole. This oneness transcends rational comprehension. It is experienced in the depths of your being. There are many ways in which this sense of oneness can be experienced. One is a profound increase in empathy, a shared understanding of people's feelings and viewpoints that feels like your own. Another is a transformation in your relationship with nature, which goes from being something separate from you to being an integral part of your being, with each plant, animal, and element feeling like an extension of yourself. On a cosmic level, this unity is also there. You may sense a relationship to the planets, moon, and stars as living beings with whom you may converse and learn. The cosmos is not a distant, uncaring place, but a kind companion. A life lived in harmony with this oneness brings an overwhelming sense of contentment and joy, as the typical worries about being alone or separated from loved ones fade away. It also encourages a spontaneous care for the natural world and all living things, motivated not by guilt, but by the realization that when you help other people, you help yourself. You have entered the higher realms of spiritual awareness when love and interconnection are the reality, when you feel this profound oneness with the cosmos. Better synchronicity and intuition. An extraordinary indicator of fifth dimensional life is heightened intuition and synchronicity. This implies that you not only have a more robust inner knowing, but you also notice more frequent significant coincidences that appear to direct your life's trajectory. When you enter the fifth dimension, your intuition is more than just random thoughts. It's a reliable tool that guides you with an accuracy that surpasses rational thought. You may find yourself knowing things without knowing how you know them. This could involve making decisions that are perfectly aligned with your highest good, even if they don't seem logical at the time. It's also easier to spot synchronicities when things line up in a way that's too perfect to be coincidental. For example, you could think of someone and they call you the same day. Or you could find a book that answers a question you've been thinking about right when you need it. These aren't just random events. They're indications that you're in harmony with the energy of the universe. As your intuitive abilities and the frequency of synchronicities grow, it's as if you're being guided through life by a cosmic GPS, easing your navigation and making it feel like the universe is speaking to you, confirming that you're on the right track. This can bring about a life that's more satisfying and less troubled, as you become more in tune with your soul's mission and the rhythms of the universe. Experiencing synchronicity and living with heightened intuition can greatly validate your spiritual path, assuring you that you are not alone and that a higher power is actively guiding you. Tricks for getting in harmony with the fifth dimension. More than any outward change, aligning with the fifth dimension is an internal shift, a raising of your vibrational frequency to match this higher dimension, and a shifting of your consciousness. Here are some practical tips to help you facilitate this alignment. Mindfulness and meditation. Mindfulness practices teach you to be fully present in the here and now, reducing the power of regrets and anxieties about the future. Being fully present is the key to operating on higher dimensions, and regular meditation is a foundational practice for expanding your consciousness. Emotional healing. Dealing with unresolved emotions is essential. When you hold on to hurts, grudges, or traumas from the past, they keep your energy stuck in lower vibrational patterns. Resolving these blockages can be achieved through techniques such as therapy, journaling, or even just talking to a trusted friend about how you're feeling. By raising your vibration through acts of compassion and kindness, you can access higher states of consciousness and change your perspective. The fifth dimension is associated with the frequency of unconditional love, so it's important to practice loving kindness and compassion towards yourself and others. Being in harmony with nature can help you ground yourself and develop your spirituality. Whether it's sitting quietly by a stream, walking barefoot on grass, or hugging a tree, spending time in nature raises your energy frequency because nature is inherently attuned to higher vibrational frequencies. Nutrition and exercise. Your vibrational frequency is influenced by the foods you eat. Processed or heavy foods drain your energy. Instead, choose organic, fresh foods that are full of life force. Exercising regularly also keeps your body in tune and your energy flowing optimally. Immerse yourself in wisdom and knowledge. Reading spiritual writings, going to spirituality seminars, or even just listening to speeches on the subject can help you gain a deeper understanding of spirituality and the higher dimensions. Art, music, writing, or any other creative expression can be a powerful conduit for spiritual energy and a means of manifesting your inner visions into reality. When you create with the intention of positivity and love, it can help you align with the fifth dimension. Following your intuition, have faith in and follow your gut feelings. Your intuition will get more powerful and clear the more you tune into it. Aligning with the fifth dimension requires this attunement since it strengthens your bond with your higher self and the cosmos. While material belongings are inevitable, becoming too attached to them can keep you stuck in a lower vibrational state. By practicing detachment, you can reap the benefits of material possessions without letting them control you. Member of the spiritual journey is finding a group that shares your values, and being a member of that community may help you tremendously. Learning from others and sharing your experiences can make these concepts more clear and easier to put into practice. Although these practices may not bring about immediate changes in your life, they will help you to align more easily with the fifth dimension by shifting your energy and awareness. Keep in mind that the path is just as important as the end goal, and that even the smallest of steps brings you closer to enlightenment. What the fifth dimension is and how it works. The fifth dimension is a realm where the past, present, and future become one continuous continuum of existence, generating a state of being that is very different from what we encounter in our current reality. It is a state of consciousness that goes beyond the limitations of space and time experienced in the third and fourth dimensions. The third dimension is where our material and physical experiences shape our perception of the world. Here, we make decisions based on our desires and the ego, which can cause us to feel isolated and unique. And here, our consciousness is mainly concerned with competing for survival. As we enter the fourth dimension, we notice that time is starting to bend more and more. The linearity of perception of time starts to fade, and the interconnectedness of past, present, and future events becomes more apparent. This dimension is a portal between the dense physical realities and the higher spiritual realities. It is characterized by the beginning of spiritual awakening, when we become more conscious of the influence of our thoughts and emotions on our realization. Here, the idea of cause and effect is replaced by the concept of synchronicity, an alignment of events that are connected not by linear sequence, but by their higher purpose or resonance. And the fifth dimension is defined by the total dissolution of the concept of time as we know it. This dimension is not constrained by the rules of physical reality or linear time, but operates on the principle that everything is happening simultaneously. If you want to know what it's like to live in the fifth dimension, you'll never have to worry about a thing. There's no fear, animosity, or conflict, because everyone knows and feels their connection to the universe and each other. Your soul wants more than just physical needs met. In this dimension, you'll find spiritual harmony and enlightenment. An intense feeling of self-actualization and self-realization is also brought about by this dimension. People fully understand their capabilities and potential, and they can instantly bring their desires into manifestation through their thoughts and intentions, because they are in perfect harmony with the laws of the cosmos. The fifth dimension is best understood by acknowledging its timeless, non-duality, interconnectedness qualities. It calls for a change in emphasis from egocentric, materialistic values to those of spiritual development, community welfare, and cosmic harmony. Indications of life in the fifth dimension. There are telltale symptoms of a major metamorphosis in awareness and perspective that one experiences when residing in the fifth dimension. Some of the most prevalent indicators that a person is having contact with this otherworldly realm are these. One of the earliest symptoms is a heightened awareness of one's surroundings and the energies that circulate within them. A heightened sensitivity to the world's hues, noises, and textures is a common complaint among fifth dimension dwellers. More empathy and meaningful relationships are possible as a result of this expanded awareness's grasp of interpersonal dynamics and other people's emotions. A deep and lasting peace. Those who inhabit the fifth dimension are able to tune out the chaos around them and focus on what truly matters to them. Realizing how interrelated everything is and how each event contributes to a bigger picture brings about this inner calm. Once you grasp this concept, you will never again have to worry or be afraid. Instead, you will always be at peace. Oneness with the cosmos. Those who have experienced the fifth dimension frequently speak of a deep feeling of oneness with everything in the universe. This is more than just a theory. It's an actual experience of seeing how all things fit together. An innate desire to coexist peacefully with all living things and a profound reverence for all life are nurtured by such a view. Existing in the now, those residing in the fifth dimension are firmly anchored in the here and now. They have no qualms about living in the present moment, unburdened by concerns about the past or the future. Life becomes richer and more joyful when we can see each moment for what it is, a seamless stream of experiences. A distancing from materialism. People are starting to place more importance on developing their spirituality and themselves, and less on material possessions. Although people in the fifth dimension still value and make use of material riches, they are not limited by them. They know that material things can't buy you happiness and contentment. It must come from inside. Synchronicity and improved intuition. In the fifth dimension, your intuition plays a larger role as a compass, pointing you in the right direction when you need it most and helping you make tough decisions. They also notice an uptick in synchronicities, or seemingly random occurrences that really hold important messages and opportunities that validate their journey, which goes hand in hand with their improved intuition. Experiencing a shift in one's perception of time is a typical occurrence. Days can seem longer or shorter, time seems to flow more freely, and the idea of time itself often becomes less rigid and more malleable. The old limitations of time and space have been superseded by this transformation. One of the benefits of ascending to the fifth dimension is the opportunity to learn to love oneself and others without conditions. This love exists independently of circumstances and anticipations. It is an inherent quality. Relationships are characterized by greater openness, honesty, and love without the presence of judgment. At last, one experiences a profound sense of personal empowerment and comes to terms with their own potential. When people know their value and are confident in their talents, they are able to realize their wildest dreams and have a great impact on the world.